Alright, hi YouTube, it's been a while. Today I'm going to unbox the Coolify S2, and I was thinking over the weekend, what am I going to do about this hot weather here? So in Singapore and Asia right now there is a heat wave, and temperatures are going really high. So it's like over 110 degrees Fahrenheit, over 37 degrees Celsius. It's like almost 40 actually. So here in Singapore, no one ever goes out unless they have to. Yeah, but recently today there was a thunderstorm, so it was pretty good. But anyway, that was the background for me wanting to get this Coolify S2, and I'm going to be doing a comparison later. Well, yeah, later right now with the generic fan I have, because I was looking for an upgrade to my regular neck fan. It's a fan that you can get by putting around your neck area, and I've had it for a long time, and I just wanted something better, and I looked at a fan by Jisoo Life. That's a pretty popular model. I have a desktop version of that fan, and my current neck fan is 1800 milliamperes. That one has 5000, but then I just randomly googled neck air conditioner, and I found this, and this seems to be the best of the bunch. Don't get the Coolify 2. I got the 2S for two reasons. Because like you, I'm a regular consumer. I watch other videos, and the main difference between this and the Coolify 2, this is the S2, and the Coolify 2S, and the Coolify 2 is that the newer version is 40% more expensive, but it has an app that, you don't really need it, but the most important thing is that it has usage time when you're charging it. So the older version, when you were charging it, you couldn't use it. Now you can, as long as you have power, you can use it all the time if you want, as long as you have a power source, you have a battery, or you're at an outlet. So that's great. Imagine you're seated at your desk, you're at at a long work day, and you want to keep yourself cool at all times, and you would plug this in. Or say if you're out and about, you're in a workshop, you're a mechanic, you're an auto tech, for instance, you would have portable power banks, right? You can use it with a power bank as well. It is fast wireless. It has fast wired charging, so 18 watts. Yeah, so that looks like a good deal. For 40% more, you do get these very, very useful features. Unfortunately, they don't have it in white yet. I looked at the online reviews, and all of them were within like 2 weeks to a month before, so it seems like they just released this, and the only color is black, so which is fine. You know what? Yeah, black or white, they do go well with a lot of outfits, but let me just open it and see how it looks like, and I'm gonna come back in the second part of this video after 2 or 3 weeks to let you know how it turned out for me. So right off the bat, there is obviously a seal. I got this online off a store called Lazada here. It's like the Southeast Asian version of Amazon. They also sell it on Amazon. Yeah, but I just got this because I get extra perks. So right off, I have a thank you card. There is a warranty. Yeah, there's a QR code of a warranty on the box, and the actual box looks pretty good, pretty simple actually. Looks like a pair of headphones. But yeah, it's not. Wow. So here is the donut-shaped ring. And I think the presentation is really good. Obviously, I've seen it in other videos, but this is my own video that I'm making. I'm going to give my own take on this neckband air conditioner, if that's a category. I'm pretty excited about it because I've never owned anything like it. Yeah. So okay. So in the middle you have, it says 18 watts. Right here you have obviously a USB-C power cord, and you have a bunch of books, manuals from Taurus, the manufacturer, about Bluetooth pairing, and a quick guide and safety guidelines. But yeah, you probably want to read that later. And you have the main donut-shaped thing. I mean, here it is. wide open. And just wanted to let you see how it looks like. So what I can see here is the USB-C charging port. You have the two, I don't know, I thought they were metal strips, but they're like ceramic strips on either side, and you're covered by protective plastic, so you'd have to peel them off. And it feels really well made. I mean, it's not as light as I thought it would be, but I think it's an air conditioner, not a fan, so you have to take that into consideration. You have the vents on either side, and it just feels very, very well made and very well constructed. And here you have the Taurus branding. It feels pretty, flexible. This is what it looks like on my neck. I'm wearing a t-shirt. It looks, it's most comfortable with a t-shirt, I think. It feels very, very snug and very tight. But I think one issue is, what if you're wearing a shirt with it? So I have a white shirt, a casual shirt with a collar. So I'm just going to put it on, and you're going to see how it looks like with a shirt. So this is how it looks like. I'm just going to button this side. Yeah, I wore this all day today in the office. But it doesn't smell bad. It smells pretty good. Anyway, with the collar, this is how it would look like with the collar. It still looks pretty good in my opinion. It's very snug. Yeah, maybe I have a short neck, I don't know. But if you have a longer neck, it might be better. Yeah, so I don't know if it has, let me just see what it says here. Search Taurus Coolify. Okay, there's a bunch of instructions here on how to use it. And yeah, oh, this is not to protect the metal or ceramic plates at all. Yeah, so this is this side. The vents are coming out this way. Yeah. So this is how it looks like with a shirt on. I have my regular neck fan. This is non-branded. So when I'm out and about, I have this on with me, and it's actually it's a very loose fit. This thing is very loose. Very, very loose. So yeah, turn it on. It keeps me cool in an air-conditioned room. I think a neck fan is great if you're in a room that is already air-conditioned, but what if you're outside, right? You want something that kind of makes you feel comfortable. So yep, having this neck fan. I hope they release it in white in future, but black is okay now for all intents and purposes. So yep, it's a bit like a brace actually, I feel. So obviously not as comfortable as this. This is a very narrow strip here, but then again, this is an air conditioner. So yeah, I'll just test it out for 2 weeks and let you know how it turns out. I think it's better suited if you're wearing a t-shirt, because it's more comfortable with a t-shirt on. Anyway, see you guys in 2 weeks. Alright, hi guys, here I am again. I'm back 2 weeks later with the Taurus Coolify 2S, and now that I've used it for about almost 2 weeks now, I can say some very definitive things about this. Actually, it's a whole lot simpler than I thought. It's just a device that keeps you cool mostly. Well, some people buy it for the heating function, but I think that's secondary. Yeah, especially for me where I live here. I live in Southeast Asia in Singapore, so it's always hot outside. It's either hot or hotter. So yeah, this kind of thing is actually pretty useful, but today I'm just going to compare it to not wearing anything on your neck and wearing a fan, a generic portable fan, and obviously using the Coolify 2S. Oh, and also what I know from the Coolify 2. So why should you buy the 2S over the 2? Let me just bring them out here. So what I do is that I store them on my fan, my standing fan, which is a little bit, yeah, it's weird, but it's convenient. So for like the best part of the last 3 years, especially during COVID, we go out with our masks on, and yeah, our faces used to get hot. Yeah, it seems like a distant history right now, but This was really a lifesaver for me back when we were all wearing masks. So I would just power this generic fan on, and it has an 18 milliamp hour battery, so it lasts for quite a long time. There's 3 speeds to this generic fan. Obviously low, medium, and high, but you want to know why I got this, right, as an upgrade to this, because the reason why is that I was looking for a fan that lasted longer. So at the first speed setting, the lowest speed setting, it lasts me like all day, like probably almost 8 hours or thereabouts. But the moment you move it to medium or high, the battery life drops precipitously. So if you kind of like move it to medium, for example, it might be half of that, and high would be half of that. So it would last like less than 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half at the highest setting, which obviously doesn't cut it for me. And also, blowing hot air at your face is not the best solution, right? I mean, when you're hot, a fan will just blow hot air up at you. So even though this is very light and it's very flexible, it's very cheap actually. It's like $20 or $30, whether it's in USD or Singapore dollars. But the thing is that it outlived its usefulness for me. So I was looking for an upgrade for this, and I found a fan online. Jisoo Life, right? Don't know if you've heard of it, but that has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. So 1,800 versus 5,000. Obviously, that lasts for a much longer time, and it lasts for maybe 2 days. Yeah, could be an 8-hour workday times 2. Yeah, right. But then I found a NIC air conditioner, the Coolify 2, that was better. And the Coolify 2, I was a little bit confused. What's the difference between the 2 and the 2S? So you're going to ask yourself this when you're making the purchase decision. The 2S is 40% more expensive, right? But is that price worth it? So with the 2, you get a 3,000 milliamp hour battery, which is bigger than this, the generic one, but it's less than the high-end fan I was looking at. And you get something that needs to be stopped when it is not charging. So for example, if you have the 2S, you could technically plug it into a power source, either a power bank or a wall outlet, and you would have unlimited power. You'd be able to operate it all day, walk around with it with a power bank. I know it's not as awkward as it sounds. The USB-C port is right down here, so you would have a little line hanging down your neck and into your pocket or into your backpack where the power bank is stored. Or if you're at a desk, you would just like hook it up to the wall outlet, and you can have it with you all time, all day. That for me is huge. So it justifies the 40% increase. Being able to use it when it's recharging is great. Secondly, this is a 5,000 milliamp hour battery compared to the 3,000 on the 2. So the 2S can last 40% longer. I mean, it's a no-brainer, right? If it's 40% bigger battery, lasts 40% longer, you pay 40% more, and you get to charge it, while using it. So these are the 2 factors that made me buy the 2S instead of the 2. I tried to get the white version. It seems like this came out only a month or so ago, so there's no white version, only black. It seems there's a blue for the older versions as well, but for the 2S, it's not released yet. Oh, and the other big thing is that there's an app for it, so I can't show it to you now because I'm actually using my phone to control the camera. Sony A6400. But the app is very simple. You have 3 modes. You have AC, fan, and heat. Now, no one in your right mind would buy this just to use the fan, because if you could save like 80% off of this just by buying a regular neck fan. So why would you buy this for the fan? You buy this for the heat and the air conditioning. Yeah. So for the heat, I tested it out. It works great. So if you're in an air-conditioned room, or if you're out and doing winter sports, or you're outdoors in the cold, then it might work. Yeah, it definitely works. It's like very fast, but I think most people would buy this for the cooling, and it works because when you're in an air-conditioned room and the AC isn't turned on to the setting that you would like, isn't as strong as you would like, which is often the case for me. I feel hot really often, actually. Yeah, so you could just bring this around with you, and you could walk around with it, even though the AC or the fan in that room isn't that strong, and you would still be way more comfortable than not having it. However, there's a caveat. So yesterday, I went around with this around my neck. I went to the mall, I watched the movie, and well, The Little Mermaid is awesome, by the way. It blew my expectations. But after watching the show, I walked around the mall in a sweatshirt. Yep, and yep, obviously my whole body was sweating from the neck below, but up from the neck up, it's fine. However, once you start sweating, the cooling effect isn't as pronounced. Obviously, it starts to get sticky, and it's like a cold, it's like a slimy kind of feeling where it's like slides up and down. But of course, that's not the problem of the device. It's just that, you know, you're hot. I mean, so I wore it in the theater for 2 hours. I wore it commuting there, and then around the mall I walked for about 4 hours. So I had a little cord plugged around my neck, and actually it's kind of hard to notice because it's facing downwards. The USB-C port is facing downwards. So it works well. It's just that I would say, you know, still have a towel to wipe your neck so that by the time you get sweaty, and you will get sweaty, even with this on, it doesn't, like, you know, slip and slide and get all slimy and stuff around the back of your neck. I use it a lot when I'm in the office as well, because for me it's not, you know, especially in the midday, it's too hot outside, and you get in, you want to get cool, the AC you feel isn't really working very well, and here you have a portable air conditioner and fan blowing cold air up at you, and it is perfect. It is perfect for you to cool down while, you know, typing away at your desk or focusing on your work. If you're working outdoors in a workshop, for example, it will be a lifesaver. It's way better than having a wet towel wrapped around your neck, in my opinion, because a wet towel will start to lose its effectiveness over time, and it'll also stink. But of course, as I said, this part gets very, very sweaty, so just be sure to wipe it and wipe your neck after a while, just so you get the maximum cooling effect. It really is a very simple device. It's a lot pricier than I thought it would be. I wasn't sure that I would buy it, but after reading all the, you know, Amazon reviews, and actually it has a lot of great reviews, not that many because it came out a month or so ago, but for me in the heat it really works. And imagine if you're boarding a plane and the plane is quite stuffy, yeah, this could be a lifesaver. Yeah, the only limitation, as I said, is the battery life, because at mid to low settings I got 4 to 4.5 hours. So it didn't quite reach 5 hours, but it's 4 to 4.5 hours, so it will last you half a day. After that, you're going to have to charge it. So for me, when I was charging it yesterday, it was at 13%. It stayed at 13%. So it has fast charging. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. It has fast charging up to 18 watts, but it will not charge. I mean, it charges as you're using it, but when you're using it, it doesn't fill the battery up. So the 13% will stay, but it will stay on. So yeah, that's the only thing it does. It doesn't charge fast enough for you to operate it and fill the battery at the same time. Yeah, so would I buy it again? Absolutely, I would definitely buy it. I just hope that they make the next version a little bit smaller and lighter. I know that, you know, this ceramic band here is very, very thick. So there's a reason why it's so, you know, so thick and all. But I think they could make the next version a little bit lighter, because especially if you're driving, you know, you turn your head left and right, you want to see the traffic, you know, behind you, and it's a little bit difficult. It's blocking me actually. So that's the only thing I would note. And of course the fact that other colors aren't out yet. I guess they will be out pretty soon. But yeah, I sure hope Taurus makes more devices like this. Actually, it would be good if there's a competitor on the market, make, you know, a little bit smaller and lighter and cheaper. Yeah, obviously as technology improves, it will become smaller, lighter, and cheaper, you know, going forward. But you know, this is a killer device. I think, you know what, I wish I'd find it sooner. And actually, I found it just at the right time, because there's a heat wave going on here. So yeah, hopefully this video helped you, and if you've got any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll be very happy to help. For me, this personally, you know, this helps me every day. Alright, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.